two. No one is gonna argue, no. And since I got that hold off me, I'm living life now that I'm free, yeah. Told me get my together, now I got my together, yeah. Now I made it through the weather, better days are gonna get better. I'm so sorry that it didn't work out, I'm moving on. I'm so sorry, but it's over now. The pain is gone. I'm putting on my shades to cover up my eyes. I'm jumping in my ride, I'm heading out tonight. I'm solo, I'm riding solo, I'm riding solo, I'm riding solo, solo. I'm feeling like a star, you can't stop my shine. I'm flying cloud nine, my head's in the sky. I'm solo, I'm riding solo, I'm riding solo, I'm riding solo, solo. Now I'm feeling how I should. Never knew single could feel this good. Oh, star player misunderstood. Back in the game, who knew I would? Oh, so flat, time I spread my wings. Loving myself makes me wanna sing. Oh, oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Told me get my together, now I got my together, yeah. Now I made it through the weather, better days are gonna get better. I'm so sorry that it didn't work out, I'm moving on. I'm so sorry, but it's over now. The pain is gone. I'm putting on my shades to cover up my eyes. I'm jumping in my ride, I'm heading out tonight. I'm solo, I'm riding solo, I'm riding solo, I'm riding solo, solo. I'm feeling like a star, you can't stop my shine. I'm floating cloud nine, my head's in the sky. I'm solo, I'm riding solo, I'm riding solo, I'm riding solo, solo. It's like S-S-O-L-O, S-S-O-L-O, S-S-O-L-O. I'm living my life and got stress no more. I'm putting on my shades to cover up my eyes. I'm jumping in my ride, I'm heading out tonight. I'm solo, I'm riding solo, I'm riding solo, I'm riding solo, solo. I'm feeling like a star, you can't stop my shine. I'm flying cloud nine, my head's in the sky. I'm solo, I'm riding solo, I'm riding solo, I'm riding solo, solo. I'm riding solo, I'm riding solo, solo. I'm riding solo, solo. I'm riding solo, solo.
Because good morning, Lakeland Community College. And this would be, what is it, Alyssa? What is it? Her normal show? Sparkle Hour or something like that? I can't remember her actual name that she calls her show. Well, this is not. I'm sorry to, throw it out there. She got into a traffic jam and all that stuff. But we're here with Geaga Park District. I love how you guys are just laughing at this comical makeup on the spot routine. But we have Teresa and Holly.
Hello.
From there.
Hello. You're doing great. No worries.
Hey, at least I'm making it entertaining at least.
Yes, we're glad to be
I want
here.
to laugh in the morning, so that's good.
You came to the right person.
Excellent.
But I want to ask Nat. I'm going to actually put you guys a little bit on the spot.
All right, we're ready.
Sure.
What got you into being part of the Park District?
Oh,
Oh, good question.
we're both long-term employees. I've been there over 10 years. Teresa's been there
25.
25 years with
25
the park.
years.
I guess my own career path is that, I was, looking to work with an agency that was kind of serving my county and, doing the greater good, and this opportunity presented itself. My background is marketing and public relations, and, it was a really nice fit, and it's, beautiful views out the window.
That's true.
And a chance to kind of connect with people across Geaga County. So it's a lot of great people there, and visitors from Lake and Cuyahoga and Ashtabula and all the other surrounding counties as well.
Very nice. Yeah, I had to put you on the spot.
Yeah, you
That's why
did.
I'm here.
Yeah, I also have a long history in loving the parks and have always loved nature. Was a kid that was always outside playing in the fields and in the forest, and When I got involved with the Park District, I am the events coordinator, and I coordinate all of our larger events and our arts programming, and I'm a huge fan of the arts. Love working with all the artists, kind of act as a conduit between the artist community and the Park District. So really it involves a number of my loves in one position, which is wonderful for me.
Very nice. Now I do the next question of your most favorite event you guys do.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
tough. Oh, my.
Well,
Or you can pick at least top two. I won't put you completely on one.
gosh.
We have new ones. It's
We
tough.
have some new ones this year. So, we're kind of expanding the quantity and variety of special events that we've done in years past, which is kind of new and exciting to bring different groups and connect different interests to the Park District. Gosh, to pick just one is kind of tough.
Do you have a personal favorite, Holly?
I'm not sure if I do, There's
Or you could do two.
Two. I think something we started last year that I'm very pleased that we do. It's an event that's open to your listeners as well. It's coming up in early December. It's our Greens for Giving event. It was last year was its inaugural year, and it was kind of a day of caring that we opened up to the community to come and make evergreen centerpieces. And last year they went to support veterans at different veterans facilities to kind of brighten up their rooms and such. And this year we're doing the same thing, making 250 centerpieces over one day of evergreens. The park is known for its green and lush.
Yeah.
And this year they're going to go to the Geaga County Department on Aging's home delivered meals to seniors. So people who are
That's a nice
homebound,
touch.
they get a meal and they get a nice green centerpiece through the holiday season. So that's something I'm a big fan of, and invite all your listeners to come out. It is December 5th, Saturday, December 5th from noon to 4 at the Westwoods Nature Center in Russell. But it's a really kind of neat event. Everybody wants to do something to give back all year long, especially in that month of December, and we're glad to be able to connect people with that.
Yeah, that's definitely, that has my interest.
What about you, Therese?
Well, I'm going to choose an old and I'm going to choose a new. My old favorite is our annual Nature Arts Festival. We've hosted that for 25 years, or going on 25 years this year. It's a wonderful showcase of, it's a juried art show, all nature-inspired artwork. We have food vendors, we have music, we have workshops. It's an entire day showcasing the arts, and it's got to be, through the years, one of my favorites. We've had it most recently at the Westwoods Nature Center, but we're going to be moving it next year to Big Creek Park in Chardon, which will be exciting because we're going to make that connection between the Chardon Square Arts Festival and run shuttles back and forth, making Geaga an arts destination for that day. So that should be pretty exciting. Now, my new event that I'm really fond of is our Fall Fest, which is coming up next weekend. This will be our second year for that event, and I don't know if we want to get into that now. There's lots to talk about, but basically it's a lot of different. We have family events going on. We'll have everything's free, which makes this wonderful. We have wagon rides. We have
Horse-drawn wagon rides.
Horse-drawn wagon rides, right? We have kayaking. We have fishing. There'll be face painting and balloon art and live music and food. All of the above are free. And special this year is that we're going to kick the event off with a ribbon cutting ceremony to dedicate the Maple Highlands Bike Trail, which is the first linear trail through Geaga County connecting the north and south. So that's pretty exciting for a lot of folks.
I know the last time you guys were here, you were talking about it.
Talking about the Maple Highlands Trail. The Maple Highlands Trail is a really unique property. It's where sometimes you think of a park as one, square area with one access portal. The Maple Highlands Trail is, as Teresa said, a linear park. It goes through Geaga County. You can ride from north of the city of Chardon all the way to Middlefield.
It's 20 miles.
It's a great ride, and through the fall season, it is a lovely time to experience the Maple Highlands Trail. The north and central sections are a paved surface trail, and then the south section is an aggregate trail. So, depending on what kind of cycle you have, it's a little more rugged mountain bike ride through the Middlefield section. There are some beautiful covered bridges along that trail, and this time of year is just going to be wonderfully scenic to enjoy the fall colors along there. It is a beautiful, quiet ride, seeing some of the best sights in Geaga County along there, and then, come out on the 10th and enjoy a great celebration of that completion of that trail.
October 10th.
October
is the
10th.
date. Yes, from 3 to
Saturday.
7. 3
At
to
Swine
7
Creek
o'clock.
Park. That's where the Fall Fest is being held.
Mm-hmm.
You can enter the Maple Highlands Trail. There's a couple different points along the trail in Chardon, and as well as south of Chardon. Headwaters Park is another location, Mountain Run in Chardon, and then
Yeah, I definitely know
throughout
a few of those.
yeah, so
Not
it's
all of them,
it's
no,
beautiful.
but-
It's beautiful.
Our
and
big Fall Fest party will be centered around the south section at Swine Creek
Exactly.
Reservation. So,
Okay.
you'll get
So
to
if some
see
of your
that
listeners are
portion.
looking for a great, gosh, I want to get out, I want to get some physical exercise, I'm going to park my car at the Ravenna Road entrance and ride the entire way. We would love to greet them down there
and
in
then
we don't-
Swine
party when they
Creek.
get to the end.
That's right.
It's going
Yeah,
to
we
be a
don't
great
have many
day.
good days left.
Well,
So-
we're hoping.
Yeah.
We're hoping.
We're keeping
Today's
our
a
fingers crossed. It's not going to be like today.
yeah, today's a little gray, but we're hoping for a lovely weekend like last weekend.
Or we'll have the 60-degree day before Christmas.
Oh well,
that'd be
maybe.
That was kind of messed up.
It is, but we're planning on our plan for this Fall Fest day because
We
we're
have
all
big-
about
we
the
have big
details.
plans, right?
Is a pristine, beautiful weather day. Not too hot,
Crisp.
not too cold.
That
Maybe a
perfect middle.
sweatshirt, kind of. You're comfortable.
Or
Beautiful
start
blue
off.
skies and
Sunshine.
peak fall colors for Geaga County. That's the plan. That's what we put our order in for.
Or that peak that you have to sort of have the light sweater, then later it warms
Yes,
up.
that would be nice too.
And,
Come down to Swine Creek, have a glass of hot cider, make a s'more around the campfire. There'll be some food vendors with delicious treats to make
Fall
it a complete
treats.
day. So
There'll be a lot going on. And I should mention, historically, this project has been a long, long time in the making. The Maple Highlands Trail has actually been a 30-year project. It's been, worked on for the past 30 years. It was in 1986 that the county commissioners and the park district commissioners passed resolutions to pursue the purchase, management, and maintenance of the abandoned railroad property, the B&O property that the trail is built on. So
Okay.
it's 30 years later that this is
It's
finally coming to
coming to
fruition.
full
yeah.
thing.
So it's really excited. People in Geaga that are most familiar with it, bikers, hikers, horseback riders, all the folks that use the trail are just really excited about it.
it's a non-motorized trail, so ATVs and motorcycles, that kind of thing, are not on the trail unless it's like
Yeah.
a medically required motorized vehicle. But it's a great experience. And what's lovely about the trail is I'm not a cyclist, but I have a bicycle.
Yeah.
I like that nice flat even ride. And that's kind of what the Maple Highlands is because it is a formal railroad right of way. It's graded, it's relatively even terrain. There's a few gentle grades, but it's so slight that you
don't
aren't
really
losing your
notice.
breath as you're going up the hill.
It's a nice ride.
You barely notice it, but it's a nice even ride for all abilities of cyclists. So,
And if you don't cycle and you have a dog, lots of dog walkers on the trail, lots of people with strollers.
hikers, runners. It's
It's all-purpose.
an
all
all-purpose trail. It's a lovely experience and hopefully a wonderful day at Fall Fest to celebrate it.
Yeah, I wish we had one up this way. It was nice and level instead of like Squares Castle and that up here. It's all a little.
Well, that
All
that
over.
brings in a little more rugged hike.
Yeah.
And every trail has its own calling, and we've got those great trails too. So if maybe some of your listeners aren't looking for that
moderate
nice
trail.
Little challenge.
smooth thing, there is a lot of different trails at the Park District for many different terrains and abilities. So we have at geagaparkdistrict.org under the Find a Park tab. There are tons of maps and links to all the trails and parks and throughout the county, and you can kind of see what the different hikes are. There's some beautiful hikes and ravines at Big Creek Park in Chardon, so that's not so far from here if your listeners are based in Lake County. Some beautiful ravines that make wonderful fall hiking. The Westwoods Nature Center and the Westwoods property has a wonderful long 2.5 mile trail. We hold our annual caveman crawl at that park because it's a great rugged run, so that's a more rugged trail if one of your listeners is looking for that, as well as all kinds of different things.
almost
This
you
is the
have
time.
Anything
Everything
you're
to
looking
fit
for,
whoever's
yeah.
forte.
Absolutely. And this is the time to enjoy the beauty of Northeast Ohio. We are just starting to see the colors start to change. We've had some beautiful warm weather, which is wonderful. But the weather forecast is that things are going to start cooling off in the next couple days, which starts the whole biological
Fall colors.
process of the fall colors starting. And what better way to go enjoy them than visit one of your park districts? And Geaga certainly has so many different ways and opportunities to connect your listeners.
Most definitely. So Alyssa joined us.
Hello,
Hi,
Alyssa.
Alyssa.
We'll go and jump to a quick little break and get her up to speed. Except I need to find a quick song.
I can't go any further than this. I want you so badly. It's my biggest wish.
Cool, I spend my time just thinking about you. Every single day, guess I'm really missing you. And all those things we used to do. Hey girl, what's up? It used to be just me and you.
I spend my time just thinking about you. Every single day, guess I'm really missing you. And all those things we used to do. Hey girl, what's up, girl? What's up,
Can you
what's up,
meet me
what's up?
halfway? Right at the borderline is where I'm going away. For you, I'll be looking out night and day. Took my heart to the limit, and this is where I'll stay. I can't go any further than this. I want you so bad, it's my only wish.
Girl, I travel around the world and even sail the 7 seas. Across the universe and go to other galaxies. Just tell me where to go, just tell me where you wanna meet. I navigate myself to take me where you be. Cause girl, I want you right now. I travel uptown, I travel downtown. Wanna have you around, like every single day. I love you always,
Can
I'll
you
meet
meet
you
me
halfway.
halfway? Right at the borderline is where I'm going away. For you, I'll be looking out night and day. Took my heart to the limit, and this is where I'll stay. I can't go any further than this. I want you so bad, it's my only wish. I can't go any further than this. I want you so bad, it's my only wish.
Let's walk the bridge to the other side. Just you and I. I will fly the skies for you and I. I will try until I die for you and I. For you and I. For you and I. For you and I. For you and I.
Can you meet me halfway? 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 Meet me halfway. Right at the borderline is where I'm going away. For you, I'll be looking out night and day. Took my heart to the limit, and this is where I'll stay. I can't go any further than this. I want you so bad, it's my
Well, I actually do that.
All right, we're back. And I'm actually here for my own show, Crazy Concept. Traffic was horrible. All right, so we're here with the Geaga Park District, and these two lovely ladies have been talking to Jeremiah this morning for me.
Oh, we should have said your names.
Oh, yeah, what are
Teresa
your names?
and Holly.
Teresa and Holly.
Okay, sure.
I should have said that. Oops.
All right.
That's all right.
And we've been talking about different events that are going on in the future with these guys, and they actually have quite a few events that sound really interesting to me. But I like to be out there in nature and getting out and doing something. So I'm curious about the holiday days that are coming up. So what exactly is going to be going on those?
Well, we have a great arts and crafts show coming up. And we actually hosted this event 10 years ago for 10 years running. It was very popular. People loved it, called Holidays. Mm-hmm. And we stopped having it for a while, tried other things, and now this year we're bringing it back. And people are really excited. The Holidays Artisan Boutique. It's going to be Saturday, November 14th. It's at the Westwoods Nature Center on Route 87 in Russell Township. And it'll be from 10 to 5. And we're going to have all kinds of artisans there that have gift items and items for holiday decorating, and they're all going to be nature inspired. It's a juried show, so we'll have just specifically nature inspired works there. And there'll be live music. It's going to be a really festive, fun day. We also are going to have a display of local nonprofits that we're calling the Alternative Gift Fair. People can come in and they can learn about these nonprofit agencies, learn what their needs are, whether it's monetary or whether they're collecting, coats or socks, or they need volunteers for a certain event or whatever. They can stop out and find out what those community needs are.
A lot of times, some community organizations are, trying to connect with more people in ways that they can find people to support their agencies and such, and little known things. So we're going to be inviting groups from across Northeast Ohio, and people who need donations of things. Where can you donate some old furniture? Where can you donate a bicycle you don't ride anymore? Or it's Geaga Jab and Family Services might need some special donations of things through the winter, and we're just going to have a lot of different places to find different ways to give. So it's the holiday season where we emphasize giving. Mm-hmm. So we're going to emphasize that as well. It's not just giving of gifts to loved ones and friends, but just giving to the greater community. So it'll be a great event to come out to at Holidays on November 14th. So we're looking forward to that and hope that your listeners and friends will all want to be a part of that.
Yeah, that actually sounds really great and fun, and I know that as somebody that's just moved here, we don't have a lot of extra stuff, or we do because we're getting new stuff in and trying to adjust to the house. And there's certain things that it doesn't make sense for us to have. Instead of just throwing them away, it's much better to give them away to
to repurpose. There's needs everywhere we look, and if everyone can connect with giving. That's kind of our theme for November, is connect with giving, and this is the hallmark event for that. So
that's amazing.
So great. I hope you can come out and join us that day. It'll be a great day.
Yeah, we have a number of holiday events going on.
We do.
Actually,
we talked about the Greens
busy.
for Giving at the last break to make centerpieces for the Geauga County seniors. But there's a couple of other great events at the same time. Actually, the same Saturday as the Greens for Giving, we have our mistletoe market. That's actually Saturday and Sunday, December 5th and 6th at the Westwoods, and that is a special shopping area for our youngest shoppers, ages 3 to 8. We'll have a small mini store set up for our young visitors to the Nature Center to kind of do their Christmas shopping apart from mom and dad, and that's just kind of a neat service. So mom and dad can, maybe step in, make some of the Greens for Giving projects, and then their little children can do some shopping. They'll have some helper elves on hand.
That's the best part.
To help them, and they'll gift wrap things. Things are priced between $1 and $5. So from grandma, grandpa, aunts, uncles, friends, cousins, brothers, even the cat and the dog.
Lots of one-of-a-kind items too for the kids to find. We have lots of unique things for them.
So if you have people that are interested in that. That's a really unique event. Last year was the first year for that event as well, so we'll be doing that again this year. So that's another holiday event.
Yeah, we should pitch the Art Takes About, too.
Indeed.
That's a great one.
That's the following week.
We have, December 10th, Thursday, December 10th from 6 to 9, also at the Westwoods in Russell Township. We will be hosting a reception in conjunction with the Geaga Arts Council. And this is just a wonderful evening. We showcase ornaments made by regional artisans.
Oh.
So the artists bring in their ornaments that day. We set up a display. The ornaments are for sale to the public. They are all unique and handcrafted, which is so wonderful, so much better than what you find at the big box stores. I mean, these are really special heirloom quality pieces that you could pass down to your children at all price ranges. So it's a lot of fun. That's kind of the hallmark of the event. We also have a guest speaker that comes out and draws a big crowd. His name is Bill Hickson. He's been helping to decorate the White House for over 30 years.
Wow.
So he's
And
amazing.
he's from Northeast Ohio.
He has Hickson's Floral is his business, and they're located in Cleveland. And he's just so amazing. He talks about his experiences working with all the first families, and working with the holiday decor and what this or that first lady likes in the way of holiday decorations. It's just so fascinating. But while he's doing this, he's also creating holiday masterpieces, floral masterpieces. Then he raffles them off to the crowd.
Really?
For free.
That's crazy.
So you could totally luck out and take home something incredibly amazing. That evening we also have holiday refreshments, and we will also be featuring a Zen Tangle demonstration. Have you guys ever heard of Zen Tangle?
I personally haven't, and it sounds really, I don't know, interesting. What is that?
Zen?
Well, it's a
you know what
very
Tangle is?
Zen experience. You're
Zen,
kind of going
so
into a
relaxing.
Zen state
He
as
kinda
you
looks like he's going into
reflect
Zen
on
right
Zen
now.
Tangle.
In a way, because I'm thinking, because I heard that before.
It's an art form.
Artistic
that's-
doodling,
It's
basically.
artistic, calming doodling. It's repetitive patterns that just kind of, you just learn these different patterns and fill them in as needed. I find myself Zen tangling a few times during meetings.
She does it a lot during meetings, actually.
But I have some really beautiful meeting notes.
So we'll have a demo then.
But
At
your
least they're not
students
dolls.
should not be Zen tangling during class.
Right, it's going to get people in trouble.
No,
here.
I know.
So it's a lot of fun. You'll get to try it yourself. They'll have a little ornament project there where you can try your own handed Zen tangling.
Indeed.
So, it will be a fun evening with a little bit for everyone.
We've got some other, if we're talking about December, I'll just kind of keep on that. There's two other things I wanted to mention. Actually, we have tons of things to talk about in December, and you can find all these programs at geagaparkdistrict.org. Find a program and event tab, and there's great things. You can find all the information. But we were talking about greens and our Greens for Giving. We also have hosted a long-standing tradition out at Swine Creek Park, which is our Holiday Greens workshop, and it's December 5th. There's a morning session and an afternoon session, and that's when you can make it and bring it to your home. There's several projects, and those are posted online, and you pick which one you would like to create. We have some door decorations, some wreaths, some centerpieces, and a floral artist comes and leads the class per se and creates these lovely holiday masterpieces. So things that visitors might go out to purchase from a floral store, a florist, or a greenhouse. We lead a session for visitors to make that themselves. So that's kind of fun, and that is December 5th, the same day as Greens for Giving, but at a different park location.
Okay.
And then a new event for us this year is the Ho Ho Hike with Santa and Buddy the Elf.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
Now, people don't realize, but Buddy the Elf has an off-season job in Geauga County. So he is going to, show up that day and work with Santa and do a hike on December 12th from 1 to 2:30 at the Westwoods. And Buddy and Santa are available for photos afterwards if you need to get your Christmas card pictures done. But we are looking forward to a wonderful hike for that. I think it's going to be wildly popular because everybody loves Santa and everybody loves Buddy the Elf.
Yeah.
How
can you not?
How can you
really?
not? He's going to control his sugar that day. And he's going to be,
hope.
we hope, we're going to limit him
And
to just 2
pasta.
candy canes.
Candy
And we make our own maple syrup, so we gotta watch Buddy around that at Geauga Park District. But we're looking forward
been
for a
known to
great
partake.
day.
And if you keep the pasta away, that will help too.
That will indeed. So we're gonna limit his carbs and his sugars that day.
We need a handler for Buddy the
We
Elf
do. I
that
think that
day.
might be Santa.
Yeah, we need to, right.
Or you
that's
just get
gonna
a
be
shock
fun
collar.
thing. Maybe. But that is December 12th, so that's, a ways away, but just something unique that we've not done before. Santa fitted in a schedule this year to swing by Geaga Park District, so we're really great he's coming before it gets really busy for him in December. So, could be a fun for all ages to come out and enjoy that special event.
Sounds like
My
it.
kids are looking
Indeed.
forward to that one for sure.
All right. So, I noticed that not necessarily you guys, but I saw some of your volunteers and some of the guys that work with you over at the Geaga County Fair a few weeks ago.
Indeed.
And they were letting the butterflies free. Is that still going on, or?
The monarch migration has kind of happened. If you see some, they're kind of
Some stragglers.
late departures. But peak monarch time is usually the mid 2 weeks of September. This was a wonderful year for monarchs. We raised our field naturalist Tammy Gingrich, research assistant Tammy Gingrich. She raised hundreds, if not
Yes.
thousands, this year.
Wow.
And I know myself, I saw a lot more monarchs flying out and about than I have in previous years. So they are a threatened species because of habitat loss. So the Park District has always emphasized monarchs, but especially at the fair this year, we focused on that. So we've tagged more than we have in recent years. So it's really a good indicator that the species is rebounding, but it's going to take a long time. I mean, they've really declined in numbers, but it's going to take several years to boost those numbers back to where they were.
We should talk about tagging. I bet a lot of our listeners don't know what that means.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Tagging. Do you guys know what tagging?
How to tag a monarch?
I'm
If you were at the
actually
fair,
familiar.
you might
you
have
got
seen
to
that.
see it. Okay.
And also, may have seen a few episodes of Wild Kratts where they actually do that.
Oh, neat. All right. So she's in the know.
It's monarch tagging is it's a research program, and monarchs are tagged all along their migration journey, and you catch them with there's a specific swoop and swoosh with your net to catch them safely in the the net. If there's not a visual on radio, but trust me, I'm swooping and swooshing. There you go, whoop, whoop, to catch it safely in the net, and then you grab the monarch. And you hold it carefully, and everybody's afraid that if you touch the wings, it's gonna not fly. They're a lot more hardier than we ever once thought in our own, years ago. And there's a small sticker that's, about the size of your pinky fingernail that goes on the wings. And that has a tracking number. And we record all that information, and it goes to the University of Kansas. And it's a program called Monarch Watch. So then we set them free. They go on their way. We mark if they're a male or a female monarch. And then that information is all submitted to Monarch Watch. Then once they get down to Mexico, there's people employed to kind of research those landing and overwintering sites. And if they find monarchs that have the tags, then they record that number and give it to Monarch Watch. And through that data, they're able to track the migration and kind of see what the patterns were. So one that came from Northeast Ohio, they can kind of figure out how it got there versus somebody who came from Montana or Michigan or someplace else.
We have recovered a few.
We
of
have.
us.
We've had probably about in the last 20 years that we've been tagging, we've probably had about between 25 and 30
That many? Wow.
recovered, and that seems low, but that's incredible that we've had that many.
When there are so many of
When there are
them.
thousands to record, and so it's a really neat experience. It's a very definite seasonal special that unfortunately is over for this season, but we feature monarchs at the fair, and through the month of September we always have programs to encourage visitors to come out and be a part of that tagging.
Every year. Next year when you go to the
We
Geaga
missed
County
it,
Fair,
but
look us up.
I guess I'm just, a couple weeks late because I'm the San Diego timeline. This is when we'd be getting them on.
That's a good point. Very
That's true,
Very
but
true.
they are already flying south, and it's like the grandchildren or great grandchildren of the ones that we tagged that will come right back here. They just it's a genetic link, and there's all kinds of science involved with what they think is tying that, so that it's just a hereditary knowledge in those beautiful monarchs. They know, I am from Northeast Ohio, I need to go back there.
You know what's most interesting? I raise some at home with my children, and I have noticed that when you let them go, they will initially fly up and kind of look a little bit confused, but ultimately they will start flying south.
Yeah.
It's really amazing.
They just know. It's an incredible that this. It's the only butterfly that migrates this way. It's a phenomenal part of nature.
intriguing
That
for
these.
sure.
It's a beautiful part of nature. That wow, these monarchs.
It never gets old to see.
No, it
Every
really
year-
doesn't,
Every year,
so-
it's a miracle to me.
But it's a fun part of the park district's programming.
Yeah, I definitely was having fun listening to the gentleman explain it and showing off and going, all right, well, kids, can you tell what gender this butterfly is based on the little markings? And I personally, I'm weird. I like to look at butterflies, but I'm terrified of them. It's the legs. I have a rule. If it has more than 4 legs, I don't want it near me.
And they do have 6 because they are
Yes.
insects.
A little sticky too when you walk.
Yes, indeed.
And so, yeah.
So that was probably the naturalist staff. They were working at the fair along with our volunteers. So
Yeah.
the naturalists, we've been talking about special events, but the naturalists also do a range of education-based program and nature-based programming that we, haven't talked too much about, but you can find out all those programs online. Different hikes and walks to explore, canoe programs. We have the unique property in the observatory in Montville Township Observatory Park. So twice a month we have themed programming to enjoy the dark skies there. So working with the naturalist department. So there's always something to do at Geaga Park District.
Yeah, as I say, I'm actually rather interested in the moon and stars and constellations. So that sounds really cool. I've been to Griffith Park for a stargazers party before, and it's if your event's anything like that, I'd love to go down there because there's just, in my experience, just lots of telescopes set up, and then usually if there's a larger telescope, it's set up trained on something wonderful.
Yes, indeed. And Observatory Park is unique. It's in Montville Township, and it's unique because it does have dark sky certification. It's a silver tier dark sky certified park.
Plus, it's not many big businesses are that in Montville.
Not at
So
all,
that
and
really
that's what
helps.
makes
Not a
it
lot of
unique. So
lights,
you might
right.
think, oh my goodness, I don't know where I am. But that's why it's a great location for an observatory, because there isn't those big businesses and those uplights kind of creating the big problem of light pollution. But the second and fourth weekends of every month is our observatory weekends. Friday nights, the second and fourth Friday night, there's a themed program. So, for instance, October is the tour of the NASA Astronomical Observing Station. We're in the process of restoring that. That's the program the second and fourth Fridays of October. Then the second and fourth Saturdays is just night sky viewing. There's a 25-inch telescope at Observatory Park, and they will do just what you said. They will train that on a specific object or something they want to feature, some astronomically significant thing in the sky, and as well as there's lots of telescope pads which you can plug in and bring your own telescope. And then the second and fourth Sundays of every month is a planetarium show. We have an indoor planetarium there,
that's awesome.
so there's always a planetarium show to enjoy as well. So no matter the weather, because we've got a few clouds that sometimes float through here. The supermoon and the eclipse. Well, we saw a little bit, but
People saw it.
some people saw it. Some of us had clouds, but nonetheless, the observatory was actually there. Open very late that night to enjoy that supermoon and the eclipse. So
I had the issue of a street light.
I know. So that light pollution complicates things. In November, our themed program at the observatory is Meet the Meteorites. So come learn all about, it says, use hands-on tests to see if a rock is a meteorite or a meteor wrong. And then in December, we will be talking about something unique. It's called the Coco Ross Network. It's a community collaborative rain, hail, and snow network, and you can learn how to monitor precipitation in your yard. So we'll be doing that the second and fourth Fridays of December, as well as night sky viewing. So we try to. There's always a different theme each month. So it's worth the drive out to Montville Township.
Alrighty, cool.
I just know about Montville because we went, out to that campground out there.
Oh, there's camping out there?
All through my year.
Oh,
What was it
excellent.
about? Elementary school and all that?
Oh, okay.
I don't remember the name of the place, but I remember it's out there.
Yeah, I remember 6th grade camp. but that wasn't anywhere near here, so nobody
Probably
would know.
not.
Nobody would know anything about it. But yeah, it was actually really interesting because my 6th grade camp, we went to Julian, which is higher up in elevation, and it was getting towards the colder months. And I was so enamored by the fact that there was snow, this little itty bitty bit of snow on the ground and ice on the ground, because I don't know what snow is.
Well, a girl from
you're
Southern
right.
California, it's kind of a new thing for you.
Novelty.
And now I'm
Sure.
going to be swimming in it, pretty much.
Well, we have a wonderful event to celebrate the winter solstice.
Oh.
And that is our annual winter solstice celebration and candlelight walk. So for you looking to experience your first Northeast Ohio winter, it's a perfect event for you. It is always on the solstice, the winter solstice, which is December 21st.
Okay.
It is at the Westwoods Nature Center, and it's an outdoor walk that kind of goes to different stations that talk about cultural observations about the solstice, how different cultures over the years have observed solstice and traditions that kind of have
Like the
lingered
Christmas
with.
tree. How did the Christmas tree come about? And
That's
different
actually
traditions like that.
really good question. How did the Christmas tree come about?
Well, you'll have to
You'll have
come
to
to
come,
winter
right.
solstice and find out.
Perfect excuse.
And there could possibly be Buddy there again if he's available.
That's true.
If he's available, Buddy Elf might be there.
A perfect example. That's a perfect marketing move.
Now, we also have live music there that evening by the
Oh.
Pilgrim Brass Choir, and there'll be holiday refreshments when you come in to warm up after your hike. So it's really a well-rounded evening. A lot of people come out and make it's an annual event for them.
It
It's
is.
a tradition.
That's awesome. All right, so if I show up, all the hot ciders and hot chocolate are mine. I will be a little
We'll
popsicle.
reserve a cup for you.
There'll
for
be
sure.
something warm, for you when you come back from your hike, indeed.
Then you'll get the answer.
Yes, I'll finally know the answer.
Yes, you'll know all the cultural traditions there. So from that,
I like to tease in that it's perfect marketing move.
yes,
Yes.
and that's a long-standing tradition. I'm not even sure how many years, 20 some odd years, we've been doing that event. And it truly is, as Teresa mentioned, people. It's part of their annual holiday celebrations as they come to the winter solstice hike.
I
So-
love the fact that you guys have these. I call them small town traditions because, in comparison, San Diego, California is much bigger.
It's a little bigger.
But it's not necessarily a small town that you guys have over here. But you still have that vibe and that closeness, and it's amazing. And I love that you guys are facilitating these great activities to form traditions.
Well, thank you. It's part of work
much
for the
loved
park.
part
We
of our
enjoy
job.
connecting with the people in the county and surrounding areas to show them the great parks and properties in Geaga Park District. Great programming and events.
We love to show off our parks.
Yes,
That's what
great
it is.
places.
Well, we need our parks. Parks are good.
Indeed. There's more studies and research about how that more green space creates better oxygen. The more time you spend there, you are healthier.
Yes.
Every year there's more statistics like that. So whether you come for a program or an event, or you just want to walk the trails and explore, it's always great to get out and be in nature.
And not be inside and staring at his
As
screen.
electronic screen, indeed. We do a little too much of that in today's society, but if you're aware of the balance, then
Yes.
that's half the battle.
Yes. All right. So, it's about time to wrap up almost.
We've been talking a lot about all the
We
park
have.
district.
Lots to talk about.
a little bit. I don't know.
I didn't
But-
pay attention to that.
Yeah, this hour has just flown by. Maybe it's
Yeah.
because I missed part of it.
Yeah, about 15 whatever minutes. Yeah.
Yes. All right. So, anything else that you want to share with our audience that's coming up, or you think you covered it?
Well, I was going to mention about volunteer opportunities.
Yes.
I
Yes.
am the volunteer coordinator, among other responsibilities. So we have a core of more than 500 volunteers at the Park District. So all of these events and programs that we spoke of, there's always a volunteer that comes and helps make that a success, working with the staff member who's running the program. I know a lot of your listeners, you're working in your education, long-term employment is probably the goal at the end of that educational success. And it's always good to have some opportunities of, volunteer opportunities and life experiences on your resume. So
Yeah.
there's always ways to volunteer. And the first step is you can go to geagaparkdistrict.org and apply online. You fill out an online application, and then I'll be in touch with you via email. And we'll sit down and kind of review the opportunities and how you can jump in and volunteer. We do background checks on all of our volunteers. It's just kind of a state of where we are today. And, we do that quick background
Makes
check.
sense.
Yeah.
It does. It's it's just where we are. It's just the society norm now. And then you can jump in and get all kinds of practical experiences working with the public, working behind the scenes. It's not just people who like nature and people who like science kind of things. You're learning great people skills, great organizational skills through a volunteer opportunity. So if your listeners are interested, I encourage them to get in touch with me via the Geaga Park District website, or I'm having a group volunteer orientation on November 23rd. So that's Monday, November 23rd. That's just a couple days before Thanksgiving, from at 4 o'clock and again at 7 o'clock at the Westwoods Nature Center. So you don't need to sign up ahead of time.
Okay.
You can just come either at 4 or at 7 to the Westwoods, and I'll kind of be going through the volunteer orientation and covering all those details of how to become involved in our program.
Well, that's awesome, because you know what? I've always been horrible at building a resume up so that I am like, all right, what are these people looking for? And now you're offering people that are in my situation who are looking for a long-term employment, not just working at some chain, and experience so that they look better.
And it's not just it's that practical experience of I've done something similar, but it's also I realize that I have an opportunity to give back to my community. That it's not just all about me.
You're right, but
it's kind of a both sides. A potential employer might look at this and say, okay, they actually are not just sitting around. They're giving of themselves. They're willing to do the extra mile. So, so volunteering kind of does both things on your resume.
Plus, they might actually showed up to whatever you were maybe a part of.
Yes, and you have fun doing it too. And you network and you meet people that you might not have otherwise. You never know where that job lead is going to come from. So it's just another way to network in your community.
Yeah,
so
networking is very important. I learned that fairly recently.
Indeed.
But all right, so I'm looking forward to checking out some of your events that are coming up. I don't know if I can get over my fear of the cold. I might come out and visit.
Well, if you don't want to go out on that winter solstice, you can just stay inside and enjoy the Pilgrim Brass Choir.
Right.
You won't know the history of the Christmas tree then. You might not see Buddy the Elf at that event, but nonetheless, it's still a great event to come out to.
There's no bad weather. It's just in how you're dressed.
Exactly.
If you dress for the weather, you'll be fine. Bundle up, and you'll be happy, content, and you'll learn all about the traditions.
It
I got
does.
2 words for you. Layers.
Layers.
Right, layers, exactly. Yes, he's got it.
Understand that term.
See, I wore layers in San Diego where the coldest it got was 60 degrees.
And that's like shorts and
Heavier
sweatshirt weather.
layers. Heavier layers.
Layers and good footwear.
Yes,
Enough.
keep your
Footwear.
feet
Keep
warm.
Your feet warm.
Oh, yeah.
If your feet and your head are warm, you are in good
You'll
shape.
be
Yes.
set to go.
Yeah, I need to get myself some winter boots.
Yeah, get them now before they sell out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had that problem last year.
I had a huge boot problem last year, but
Uh-oh.
I couldn't find my size. So, I finally found them right before the big snow.
Oh,
And my feet were quite toasty.
lucky
Yeah,
break.
we were lucky because we didn't get nailed with any big storm until after Christmas.
Yeah.
Normally that doesn't always happen.
Sometimes
Really
we get
got
those
nailed.
freaky early November ones, or the kids are wearing, their winter boots for the day trick or treat. But
Right.
knock on
With their
something.
princess
Knock
dresses.
on metal chair.
Here.
Well, you can sort of do the door.
Oh, there we go.
Because it sort of has
We won't have that
magneted.
problem, but whatever the weather, there's always something to do and enjoy. We can't bash winter really, because that
We
brings
do
a
so
whole
much.
different thing. There's sledding, there's
You're right.
snowshoeing, there's
I
things
just
you
need
would
to
never get
explore.
to do. You can't snowshoe in the fall.
Yeah, we offer snowshoeing for free.
We do. We have snowshoes now that'll be
new.
at the Westwoods. Last year was our inaugural year with those snowshoes, so we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. Don't want to bring everybody down to winter, but nonetheless, just
Something
know
to look forward
that's
to,
something to
though.
look forward to.
Yeah.
You can come out and check those out and explore the Westwoods on snowshoe. It's It's really fun. I did it for the first time ever last year, and I was like,
too.
yeah, I think we did it at the same event
we did,
at a
that's
staff
right.
meeting. It was like, well, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, this is fun.
I'm not as badass as I thought, but it was fun.
Everybody can do it.
Everybody.
It's
All right. So thank you for coming in and talking to me about this. Love to talk to you some more about it and show up at some of your events, but we need to wrap it up. All right.
Well, thank you
for
so
having
much for
us.
having us.
So this is
always a
Holly and
pleasure.
Teresa from the Geaga Park District, and this is Sparkles, and I'm saying
And
bye.
check them out at GeagaParkDistrict.org.
Parkdistrict.org.
Yes.
I had to throw in that last promotional thing.
good. Thank you.
All right.